All right, Thin Blue Alpha Army. So I'm on my way to go fishing, but I figured I'd make this video. I was asked to make a fire safety video yesterday, and I don't know much about fire safety, except for you should be safe when you're dealing with fire. But what I do know is you shouldn't burn when it's dry. And not only should you not burn when it's dry, but you should definitely make sure that it is completely out before you leave. And not only that, but not only should it be completely out, but you should probably put some water on the fire before you leave. Because I'm telling you what, even if you think it's out, strange things happen. So, yesterday, Easter Sunday, I didn't have any plans till the afternoon, so I decided I would go and take my garbage to the dumpster. And when I got here at my mother-in-law's, where the dumpster's at, I saw that there was a bunch of boxes in the garage. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna break these boxes down and I'm gonna burn them. So there's a burn barrel, and the burn barrel's not full at all. It's pretty empty, you know, so you can get the boxes way down, and I knew it was dry. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna break these down really small. I'll burn them down in the barrel. I'll keep an eye on it, you know, I'll sit here. So I had a cup of coffee and I'm burning these boxes, and I get done burning all the boxes, and I'm like, all right, I better make sure this thing's all the way out. So I stir the burn barrel and I sit down and I drink my cup of coffee, and I'm here for about another half hour, and there is no smoke. There is absolutely zero smoke coming out of this burn barrel. So I'm like, all right, I should be good. So I go home. About an hour and a half later, headed out to my parents' house for Easter. And I told my wife, Jen, I said, hey, let's drive by your mom's. I just want to make sure that that burn barrel's still out. So we drove past, and as we drove past, I could tell there's no smoke, none whatsoever. So I had sent my mother-in-law, Jen's mom, a text message earlier saying that I did burn some boxes and that it was completely out when I left. Well, she got home about an hour after I left here, and she even checked it, and there was no smoke. So we drive by at about, I don't know, it was probably about 1:30. So it was an hour and a half later, and there's no smoke. So we drive on, make it almost to Ford River. Jen's mom texts me, I got a fire. I thought she was messing with me. I'm like, knock it off. She said, I won't knock it off. I got a fire. I said, like, how big of a fire? She said, the whole field's on fire. I said, you're kidding me. She said, I'm not kidding you. She said, I think I'm going to have to call the fire department. Well, you call the fire department, you know. So we turn around from about Ford River, start heading back. And when we get here, let me show you this here. This is fantastic. Look at that. Holy shit. So not only did it burn the field, but it got into the woods. It got way up on the hill, back into this part of the field, and way back into the wood line here. Now, luckily for me, we have got an amazing group of first responders in Menominee County. So I would like to just do a quick shout out to the Menominee County Sheriff's Office, the Michigan State Police, Mellon Fire, Menominee Ingleston Fire, Wagner Fire, and the DNR Fire. They did an amazing job. They stopped it right on the top of the hill here, right up here before it reached the neighbor's property, and then just into this wood line. They stopped it there. It was a pretty decent grass fire, and they were great about it. They weren't mad. I mean, it was Easter Sunday. I probably pulled them away from their families and everything else. They weren't mad. They were like, you know what, it happens. This is what we do, and I appreciate that. So thank you to all those departments, all those guys that came out. I don't know what would happen if they wouldn't have been here, but it probably just wouldn't have stopped. Everything is so dry right now. The woods are all dry. I mean, look at the grass here, how dry it is. And it would have just kept going. It would have went forever. And the wind picked up, and they were still able to knock it down and put it out. So thank you very much to all those guys and gals. And just remember, if it's dry, you might as well just wait, I suppose. I mean, it's totally my fault. I should have put a lid on the barrel when I left, but I thought it was completely out. There was no smoke. And all it took was for the wind to pick up, and it mixed that barrel up and got it going again. Pushed something out onto the grass, and this is what happened. I mean, this is, I mean, it's impressive how fast it went. The DNR walked it off, and it is 3.6 acres. So 3.6 acres it burned, and it could have been a lot more if it wasn't for all those folks. So thank you very much. And I just wanted to make this video because I don't know much about fire safety, but what I do know is this is not good. This is not good at all. So again, thank you for all those first responders, firefighters, police, the DNR for coming out and doing an amazing job. Hopefully I don't have to talk to you or deal with that ever again. I think I probably have learned a little bit. So thank you, and I appreciate it. Sorry to ruin your Easter or interrupt your Easter. It only took them a couple hours to get it all put out. They did have to respond back again last night and put this tree out again because it's hollow on the inside, and it started back up. But I think they pretty much knew that was going to happen, and it wasn't a surprise. So, all right, let's go fishing, and I will post that video after this video. This is just a quick one. Wanted to do a shout out to those people that showed up, and also say, even if you got a barrel, don't burn when it's dry. So thank you, and be happy and be safe.